Hey, everybody. In our first little overview of the World War I experience, I wanted to show you some things here. At the top, it says the U.S. and World War I. In 1914, World War I started in Europe. It began between the countries of Austria-Hungary and Serbia, but soon grew into a global war of 32 nations. On one side of the war were the Allies, Great Britain, France, Russia, Serbia, and Belgium. On the other side were the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire. So if you'll look below, the Central Powers are in the dark orange here, the orange. Here's Germany, here's Austria-Hungary, here's Bulgaria, and here's the Ottoman Empire. Whereas the Allies were France, Great Britain, or the United Kingdom, Italy, Portugal, Serbia, Russia, and then later the United States. The U.S. contributes to the war effort. President Woodrow Wilson succeeded in keeping the United States out of World War I until April 1917. Up until then, U.S. involvement, though important, was limited to helping the Allied powers by sending U.S. merchant ships to deliver weapons to Britain, sending food and supplies to war-torn areas in Europe, and helping block food from going into Germany. Sinking ships. Germany began to develop a navy that was big enough to challenge the British Navy. Germany used its submarines to sink ships in the Atlantic Ocean. They were trying to keep supplies from reaching Great Britain. Americans became angry when a German submarine sank the British passenger liner Lusitania in May 1915. A total of 1,198 people died, including 128 Americans. Americans sympathized with the Allies. The United States was concerned about the safety of U.S. ships. When several American merchant ships were sunk in February and March of 1917, the United States entered the war as an ally of Britain and France in April 1917. After joining the war effort, the United States drafted 4 million men and was sending thousands of men to France every day. The U.S. Navy sent battleships to help the British, U.S. Marines to France, and supplies to Europe, all in an effort to defeat the Central Powers. America provided the help needed to win the war. In the fall of 1918, the Central Powers surrendered to the Allies. World War I was over. So that's just a brief overview of the war, leaving out a lot of cool information that you'll learn about here very soon. If you look in these two pictures, you'll see a artist's painting of the Lusitania. It's a huge ocean liner. And if you'll notice, in the water is a torpedo that's headed towards the ocean liner. And a torpedo was a underwater missile shot out by the German U-boats or submarines. If you look at the picture to the right, you'll see an artist's picture of the sinking of the Lusitania.